Can I work online and still love God? This question, many people are thinking about it. I thought about it before I started working online. And I know so many people are afraid of working online because they wanted to protect their faith. But let me just know if you can hear me. I'm just going to check on my Facebook page if the audio is there. I don't want. I think. Oh yeah, it's there. Good. Yeah, this question. Can I work online and still love God? I think working online is just a platform. Depending on what you do online, even if it is offline, depending on what you do offline, that determines your relationship with God. And if what you do is honest, it's serving people, and it's something good that is building kingdom. Of course, every work that we do is part of worship. If it is impacting lives in a very positive way, why not? In fact, working online is one of the greatest and at this particular moment because you have a great reach. The reach is really is wide. You can be able to reach so many people in a very short time compared to when you are in a specific location, just maybe a few people that you can connect with. But online has a very broad reach. So depending on what that you're doing, if it is honest, it is transparent, it's something that can really lift others and also lift you. Why not go ahead and do it? I was afraid when I wanted to start up this business. That was one of the things that was holding me back. I had to do my research and find out every detail I need to know about this business because I don't want to look to do something that my faith or I will feel ashamed of it. I will regret doing it because I don't want anything to really separate me with God. Something that can really is not just is temporary can separate me. So God looks into our heart, not a platform. God looks into our heart. What our heart is, how we are connected to Him, how we love Him. Of course, He loved every one of us, but what we do, He even gives us the ability to do. He gives us the wisdom, the creativity to do whatever that we do. But make sure if it is something that is right for you, you're happy doing it, and also it doesn't affect the life of someone or even yourself in a very negative way. Why not go ahead and do it? Because there are so many Christians, pastors, bishops that are in this online business that I'm doing, and they're being amazing. Some of them are missionaries. Some of them are missionaries, and they've even enlarged their work because they have now the capacity, the money to travel, to help more people, and to expand the kingdom of God. So working online is not a sin, or it is not a problem, and not it's not also something that can stop you from having a relationship with God. No, it's not. So working online is separate or being if it is being misaligned, if misaligned motive, maybe if it is just directed for something negative, then that is not what you're supposed to do. Do something that honors God and something that is positive, something that serves people. So provision is part of God's purpose. If you stay at home and you don't have something to do and you have the ability to start up your business online, why not? God provides us every opportunity here on earth so we can be able to live a very happy life. God cannot just throw money from above and just give you to go and buy bread for your children or pay school fees. That's why He gives us our hands, our brain, our eyes, every part of us He has given us so that we can be able to have the ability to support ourselves, support others, and also support His kingdom. So that is, if you're working online, maybe some people will think that, oh, now this one, she has lost the faith because she is working online. No, that is not. In fact, it changes me more how I interact with people on daily basis. how also I help other people that are going through challenge. Even though I am running business, there are some situations where we have to put the business aside and we have to pray and seek God. Yeah, and sometimes not even prayer, sometimes just words of encouragement. It is really so powerful. I love this online business because it's like my mission. It's something I really do with passion. I do it with all my heart, and I love doing it so much. So working online is a gift. It could be also a gift that God is giving you, that this is the way how you're going to impact lives, and this is the platform where you're going to reach the world, because he has given us the nations here. God has given, he says, I've given you nations. Let me check this verse. Let me check this verse. It says, I've given you the nations. So let us know, what is your thought of giving you nations? Yeah, it is Psalms 2 verse 8. It says, ask me and I will make the nations your inheritance. Ask me and I will give you the nations. It said in King James, Psalms 2. Let me just open my real Bible. I have my devotional Bible in my phone. So sometimes it just Psalms 2 verse 8, and it says that, ask me and I shall give you the heathen for thine inheritance, and the uttermost part of the earth for thy possession. That is King James. But Amplified says, ask me and I will give you the nations as your inheritance, and utter parts of the earth as your possession. He says that God says that, ask me and I will give you the nations. And you can't touch all the nation all over the world when you are just in one specific location. And the great thing is now that we have the internet, and the internet helps us to reach so many people at the same time all over the world, provided that the persons that are online, maybe they can get it. The good thing now, you can go live, maybe there's no one watching, but after you find that so many people have watched. And it used to be that when Facebook don't delete the live stream, it used to stay forever. So even after how many years, they will still find it. And that is a mission. I say that that is also evangelism, but provided what you do should be lifting others, should motivate, inspire, and uplift, educate others. That is a mission. That is something that is lifting. Working online does not lessen your faith or make you less in God. No, He doesn't see us that way. He loves every one of us. And remember, everything that we do, God predestined it before. In Jeremiah, it says that before I formed you in your mother's womb, I have put you apart. I have separated you. I have ordained you. Everything that we are just finding ourselves in, God knew it before we were born in our mother's womb. But one thing that I really encourage is, what you do online should be something that is lifting someone else, lifting you, encouraging, building someone, not something with hate speech or bad images. That is not right. Make sure that you lift someone, you educate, you inspire someone, because the world is full of negative things. There are so many people who are going through a very difficult moment. Maybe they don't know who to talk to. So when they get your video or maybe your post that is so encouraging, or maybe how you overcame certain situation, it will change their life. I have so many testimonies of people getting my videos and they say, thank you, you helped me. Sometimes I didn't even speak. Sometimes I was just maybe dancing, just dancing. And I love doing that over and over again. And it changed a lot of people. There was even some situation where people gave their life to Christ just by me being online. So I really love coming live. I'm doing this online business. It's not only business, it's more than a business that I do. I take it as a ministry. And in the near future, I'll be coming up with some. I have a page which is called Rise into Your Purpose. And in that Rise into Your Purpose, I will really share more insights on how people who have gone through challenges and they don't know how to come out of it, that is to lift them, to help them rise into their God-given purpose, because each and every one of us have a purpose why we're here. As long as we still have breath in our lungs, as long as I have breath in our lungs, in my own lungs, you have breath in your lungs, God has not yet given up on you. And you have all that it takes for you to rise into the purpose that God has for you. So working online does not make your faith less or make your connection disconnect you from God. No, it doesn't. Sometimes some people look that way, because I faced that so many times. When I started my business, many people did not understand me, because I used to preach in my church, share the word of God. I am this person who really loved God and loved to do the work of God in my church back home. And when I became a refugee, I just started this online business and I started going live, talking about businesses. And there are some people who told me that I shared with them about the business, and they are men of God, women of God, and I shared with them about the business. Say, this mouth of mine cannot talk business and cannot talk about God. Oh my God, that was really a surprise to me. How can you not talk business? Business is not something new, it's not out of God. In fact, God encouraged us to multiply. And how can you multiply without business? Business is putting money to make more money. Yeah. If your business is not making money, that is not business. And business is God's plan. Every business, not every business, but every productive business is God's plan. So if you are a servant of God, or maybe you are a Christian, born again Christian, especially. I am a born again Christian. I got born again long time ago in the year 2000 when I was in senior one. And since that time, I have never regretted giving my life to Christ. And there was no moment where I have really put myself out that no, this time I don't know, I don't want my Lord and my Savior. No. I am with Jesus all the time, and He is with me all the time, even when I do my business, and He is always there. He is always there. So, working online does not make your faith less or make you disconnect from God. No. Online is just a platform, and in all of these social media platforms, on TikTok, you find there are people preaching on TikTok, on Instagram, on Facebook, and that's where they can reach a lot of people. You know, sometimes before, when the internet came, we just thought maybe it's for those people who don't know what to do. Maybe we thought it is for those people who are just spoiled people. That's why when I started my online business, so many people disconnected from me, and some of them don't want to talk to me because they did not understand. Being online does not mean that you're no longer a Christian or you're no longer a born again. It is a platform where you have a wider reach of people. It doesn't mean that you don't go to church. I still go to church. I am new here in Townsville. I'm still finding because also I am having still collecting all my documents for driving. Once I have driving license, I can drive back home, but my driving license still have some challenges here. I'm working to get my driving license. After get that, I will just go and serve. I love serving in the church, and that is what I really love so much, because I don't want to go in my grave regretting why I didn't do this, why I did not do that. That is part of me just serving God. And working online, me doing my business or doing the ministry Rise into Your Purpose, it doesn't make me forget God. Yeah, it's just a platform. Online is just a platform. So work is part of worship. It doesn't matter you're working online, you're working offline. Just working online is like you're opening your shop somewhere. But now here you open it online, where you have a wider reach, where you use technology. We have systems in place. We have automation system. We have a lot of things that make life easier and faster. Because if you are to reach 10 people sometimes even not more than 10 people can reach in your business if your business is in a remote place where the number of people is limited. But when you're online, at least you can reach 100, the lowest maybe 100, or even more than maybe 1,000 or 2,000. There are people who have 1,000,000 views. There was one video of mine I put on TikTok, and it went really viral. And that video, even it's not something that is very special, and it went viral. It really, so many people watch it, and still it's going. And it was not a video that I really liked so much, but so many people had access to it. So working online, it doesn't make you less of God or maybe not love God. It even make you love God more because you have reached so many people. So yeah, for those Christians, those God servants, I had a call just over this weekend. I had a call with one pastor, and he said he really wanted to start the business because he is serving in the church, and he wanted to have more time for ministry. And I said, yeah, that is exactly. Some people start this business because they wanted to have more time for ministry so they can go for mission work. Others wanted to have more time so they can serve in their local church. Others wanted to have the business so they can do evangelism. Others can go do a lot of other things. Others want the business so they can have more time to pray for others. Others have time to go and visit those ones in the hospitals, in the prison. And they're doing amazing, amazing, in fact, amazing, because this business gives you the time and the money at the same time. And you know, the work of God is not free. The work of God needs money. In fact, for you to have more impact in the work of God, you need to have money to reach and also to help others. There are some people there. When I was back in South Sudan, there are some people you find that they really have a big challenge that not only prayer will solve. You may need to give them something. Maybe they don't have money for food. Maybe they don't have food in their house. Maybe they don't have money for treatment. They are very sick. And yes, we know God can heal, but sometimes God can instruct you or maybe heal the person through taking the medication, because the doctors even get the wisdom for making those prescription or getting those medication. He gave them the wisdom. So there are so many ways God can use us, but it really needs finance and it needs time. And that is what this business really address. It address having more time and also having the finance at the same time. Having more time may not be a very big challenge, because you can decide to just be at home and to not work, which is not what you need, because you need to have the ability to be able to buy things or be able to pay your bills. And because you need to pay your bills, and also that makes you a very good servant of God when you're paying your bills in time, when you are serving your family. That is the first ministry to me. Having a first ministry is my family. My family is my first ministry. So having this online business is something that is working towards that freedom for my family and also for the work of God. So what is your thought? Were you thinking that if you work online, if you start the online business, you might be looked in a certain way, that, or maybe you have backslided, or maybe something is different from you? I am still a very strong child of God, born again, and I am working online. I'm running a business online and serving God through my business, serving God through my work, serving God through so many ways. So working online does not make you not to love God. So that is all from me from this evening. I love you so much. Tomorrow I'll be coming live with my business partner from we have this series that we talk about every morning, the foundation of gratitude. We talk about the miracle, not the miracle morning, sorry. We talk about the magic book, and we discuss what each day is, because it's a book that we discuss day by day. So tomorrow morning I'll be coming live at 6:30 a.m. with my business partner, and we'll be sharing that. And then in the evening we'll have another topic that we are going to discuss. So let me know if you're a born again Christian, raise your hand, and let me know if you are afraid to start a business because you say, oh, will it really align with my faith? Will it be okay when I start my business online? How will people see me? You know, that point of how will people see me, it is not really up to God. It is the people may see you in whatever way, it doesn't make any changes to you. One thing you need to know is what you're doing is something legitimate and it's something that is honest, something that is trustworthy, something that is changing lives, is impacting lives of others and even yourself. That is what matters. What other people think of you should not stop you. Who knows? This is what God has put in your hand, that this is where you're going to grow. That is where you're going to be elevated. That's where you're going to change lives. This is your ministry, where you're going to change a lot of lives. Changing one person in a family that changes and serves the children and other people. It's a big ministry. And then this is something that this business mission is all about, to help others build that freedom, that flexibility that they need. Yes, God bless you. Have a beautiful, beautiful night. Till we meet again tomorrow, by the grace of God, have a beautiful night. Bye.